All right, my next guest used to live in Venezuela until he and his family fled for their lives in 2016. Daniel Di Martino is now a college student, an economics major at Indiana University, and he joins me now. Daniel, welcome. Why'd your family leave?
Thank you for having me, Trish.
Why'd your family leave?
Thank you for having me. Yes, so what's going on in Venezuela right now is what I would call a slow-motion genocide. 400,000 Venezuelans have died since this government has been in place, since this dictatorship, narco-terrorist dictatorship has been in place in 1999. And all of this has been just through murder. I cannot tell you exactly how many people have died because of the tortures, because of how many people they have put in prison through the protest, and how many people have starved. This is just the crime they have caused.
What was it like as a kid? And how did it change? I mean, you're still a kid, by the way, but when you were really little and you lived there, what was the change over the course of your life? Because you must have been just a teenager then when you left.
Yes, of course. So even when I was a child, my family suffered from a robbery at our house. When I came back to Venezuela after I came here, that was in December 2017, I went back to my high school just to visit my professors and some of my former classmates. And what happened was that there were protests in that moment, December 2017, and the National Guard with large weapons, they started circling around our school, intimidating us because they wanted young people like me and like my classmates to not go to the protests, and they were basically threatening us.
We know that there have been some young protesters out there. A lot of this movement has actually been led by some pretty young folks. Juan Guaido himself, only 35 years old. But Juan Guaido told us on this program just 2 nights ago that children as young as 12 years old who were out in the streets protesting with their parents have been hauled off to jail. Is that something you believe that regime would do?
I can definitely tell you that I believe it, even though it is something that I don't think should be happening anywhere in the world. There are reports that the government is taking children from school, it's kidnapping them, it's torturing them, and there are videos online that you can see of what tortures they are doing. This is no secret, this is publicly available. And I can tell you something, the Maduro regime is not going to stop ever. The only way to stop them is by force, because that is the only way to overthrow a dictatorship like his. Yeah. I call personally, because this is what I've been researching, this is what you can see in every other dictatorship around the world, that Maduro will not quit, and the only way for Guaido to stop him is to call for Brazil, for Colombia, and for the United States to help us. And I know they're willing. We just need Guaido to call them.
I think a lot of them are willing, and I think they're trying really hard right now to make sure that Venezuela does have that freedom. Daniel, thank you very much. Good to have you here.